just Ray right there, we told him, so.
I'm just interested in getting that dry before you put anything on it.
Yeah.
All right, so, cool. Yeah, so basically, we've got this tubing, different lengths or different thicknesses are okay. Clear's nice, so you can see through it, because eventually you need to see bubble movement. And what you do is you take the ends of it and you attach it to a ruler. You want to be careful not to pinch it too hard. I got some pinches here, so if I were to redo this, you do it where the pinches actually then change where the bubble location is going to be.
Kenny restricts the flow of the water. So
yeah.
What you're trying to do is water seeks its own level.
Yeah. So that's why we have two rulers, both of these, and it's nice. We're basically gonna hold both of them parallel with each other once we filled it with water, and wherever the bubble falls should be exactly even between the two rulers. And then we can lift one up, and the bubble doesn't change in elevation, but the ruler does. And the difference between these, I'll show you in a sec. You subtract the difference, and that tells you your change in elevation.
So is this a way so that you wouldn't have to use a level to make things level? Is that
this is like a portable version of a level.
Yeah.
And a bit more versatile in that we can go around a rock or a tree, where a level, we kind of need some straight trajectory to hit. And so
you probably wouldn't use a hand level for, I think, were you talking about a hand level? No,
that's just really short distances.
Yeah. We're talking about longer distances so that tide. So
you're talking about like a
triangle. We're going to find a way that tide and I can be.
It's upside down.
Or even
Ty and I can be at the same level so that we find a contour, so that we're cutting space so that we're going to get an area that is level all along the slope.
But you usually use it for a long distance.
Oh, mostly we're doing it for landform engineering.
You wanna lay that down flat, lower?
Doesn't matter how.
Actually, lower than the rest of the line.
Doesn't matter the length of the tubing, or it doesn't.
Is longer gives you more versatility in how far you can go.
Okay.
With a space like this, we could have half the length and it would still be appropriate.
But we can now move across the slope and find the contour line like a topo map. You see the water coming through?
So it's kind of, you can see some air bubbles in there. And if someone can help straighten out that line, it'd be great. So basically the key is with the larger funnel, it allows you to keep the water flowing through with no air bubbles coming in. And that's important because the more air bubbles you have, the more it distorts the actual final leveling. So we want to flush the water through to where there's no bubbles left. And then once we hit that point, Dr. Rowley or someone at the very end of that line is going to pick up that level.
So as soon as the water, so basically the first thing is to fill the hose with water.
Yeah, so you see those last bubbles kind of coming out right now?
If you have to go all the way.
So we're getting close. So once those last bubbles are passing by Dr. Rowley right now.
Keep coming. Going to be available later this week?
Actually, it will be. I'm recording.
All right.
So are we done with the bubbles? Yep. There's no bubbles below you?
I don't see any.
Okay, perfect. So then we're going to try and find the same elevation roughly. Someone can take that for me. So where's your line at? Where's your bubble? Where's the bubble fall on the ruler?
7. No, it's
Just hold it still. Oh, mine's dropping.
Okay, hold on. 9, 8, 8.
So
9, 8.
So I'm gonna drop mine a little bit. Actually, no, I'm gonna raise.
12.
I'm at 20. Which side are you looking at? There's one going up. There's one going down.
Oh, one is at the top.
One's at the top.
Which
Okay.
way do you want me to go? I'll go the other way.
Let's actually start from the bottom. Yeah.
Okay.
Because
27.
27.
26. 24. 22.
You're at 22.
23. 23 and a half. 23.
Okay. 22 and a half.
Yep.
All right. So 22 and a half is where this one tends to fall. So when each of us right now at 22 and a half, although I'm not actually touching the ground, so this is where we.
But I wanted to measure at this point.
Okay, off that point. So then if we're trying to find a level line off that, we're actually not going to be in the soil anymore, I don't think. And the more we move this line, it kind of distorts it on here, but then you let it sit for a second, the bubbles even out. So
actually, what I'd like to do is know what the corner.
Okay, so let's start here then. So then, yeah, you'll have to remove it off there. So what we do is we're going to take the bottom of the ruler is 0.0. That's level to this point. Now we just need to match whatever number is shown on here with the same numbers. So 22.5 is where we need to be. So you just keep moving. So I'll be the stable kind of fixed point, and then he'll basically move his level around to find a matching point. And then we know those are, if we were to slice through the soil, we would be exactly at the same elevation, despite any distortions in the soil or slope around us.
So that's 22.5 right there.
So the goal is to find, your goal is to find where a level point is for that bed.
If I wanted to cut dirt that way, how far down do I got to go? So it's
okay.
Like, okay, now I can see where I got to go.
So then we can actually keep moving that level around. We could take some flags or some landscape paint, and we can start marking where you can come back over here, and we could just kind of walk it out and just keep finding. If you want to bring it back over here, just as a demonstration. And if you raise it too high when two people are holding it, one side will come down and the other side will launch out the top. And then you gotta recalibrate, essentially, find out where that middle ground is that we both are equal at. So you want to touch the bottom of the ruler to the floor, wherever, and then we're gonna check where we're at. So I'm at
26.
I'm at 21. So you're gonna need to go up somewhere. We know that a level line upslope. So
oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. So basically, you're trying to always keep that in contact with the soil, and we can probably see right about now this is going to be the level line.
I'm at
so
23.
I'm at 23.5. Let's go up just a hair, yeah, a little hair more. Keep going up. Back this way probably.
Yeah.
So when you hit the concrete, that should be.
That's it. Yep, 22.5.
No, I'm at 24. Must have miscalibrated. Down. Okay, so that should be about right. I'm at 22.5. Where are you at?
23.
That's a point on a contour line.
Okay, 23.
23.
Alright, we're even. So at this point, if we have some flags, do we have any extra flags, Dr. Rowley?
What's that?
Flags?
Yeah.
So we'll start marking this out just for demonstration purposes, and then we'll keep moving. So if you want to just dig a little, like put a
Or
little.
even put one of these things like
Sure,
this.
anything could be a marker. Rocks could be a
I've got
marker.
the flag.
Flags are ideal. Okay, now,
Pretty good flag.
so now we could just keep moving along.
I gotta find out where to put the next one. So here, right?
Yeah.
So I'm at 22.5.
I'm at
23, 23.5.
23-ish,
23-ish. Yep, right here.
a little bit above.
So you want to keep it leveled or sloping a little bit so the water will
that
follow?
Depends on the design.
Just want
Okay.
to see which
So-
way we're.
Yeah, so basically everything below this point is going to be slightly downhill, and we can make these in terms of a drop in 1 foot or drop in 6 inches in elevation, is where we just adjust accordingly how far we want to make it. We could do these terraced beds exactly on contour to follow the contour line that naturally forms, or because we have this versatility of being able to dig the soil, we could just create the contour line to where we want it, which is what we've been doing. So you got it marked. So then just keep moving if you want to
View
keep
down
finding
the
more.
slope.
Yeah, just keep going down that way.
So if you have the flexibility of deciding the slope of what, based on the current requirements, I mean, what kind of slope are you going to try to achieve? Like.
The other way around is the
You're at
slope's going to
20.
dictate how you're going to lay out your contour.
Okay.
Especially on a broad scale, how much soil can you really move? It's kind of the question.
Okay.
How much energy do we want to put in to move a mountain? Or like a hill.
So you have a road grader. The ones I showed the other night on Friday night, we made a tape. That tape line was basically
Find
along
more
the
lines, you
slope,
wanna go
and then we cut it
I was
with
thinking go down about one. Actually, hold on.
rototillers and shovels.
23
picks. But other ones we've done where we took a road
Yeah,
grader
you do yours.
and just laid it out with the
We'll
bubble
find the
line.
difference.
Yeah, so
We
it
also
was
have-
23.
we also have a bubble
Now I'll
line
go
that you can
33,
get
and you
on
still
a
see.
stake like this, and
Well,
then
actually, it won't
I
do that.
is just going
Mine will
Hold that
adjust. We'll take the difference and
I
find how far
the
do you want
same
to drop
measurement on
elevation.
the stake.
I think that 1 foot.
Let's try 1 foot.
and
Where
then
are
you
right
just
now?
stake it out all the way along. This sometimes restricts if you're going to do a whole mountain for
What's up?
cutting a road or something like that.
I'm at 7.